excited here tonight with our first.
I'm sure everybody was able to hear that at home.
It was loud,
I mean, it literally sounded like someone fired a gun in the studio, but one of the LED lights in the studio here apparently just exploded.
It did.
Yes,
perfectly timed as well.
You were quite frightened there. You were.
I was quite shocked there, Andrew. I wasn't expecting that.
Are you okay? Or are you going to have to sit down?
I'll get some extra cold water. Get the nurse. We're excited to launch our today's special, the most powerful, the most advanced ever, and as Andrew said, a true life changer. It's circulation and vein support. We know this is going to be popular for anybody out there that takes it already, whether it's going to be those tired, swollen feet, maybe it's those swollen calves, maybe you struggle with heavy legs, maybe you don't like the way your veins look, maybe they're enlarged, maybe you're somebody that doesn't feel motivated on a daily basis because your legs just cause so much hassle and stress. This product works wonders, as says so many thousands of people online. Over the course of the lifetime of this product, I mean, you read the reviews, and I've read many of them, they will bring a tear to your eye, how compelling, how authentic, how life-changing they are. I want to quickly take you through the pricing, because today is the biggest value ever. I'm just going to tell you about the important ingredients, the key ingredients, the addition of horse chestnut for the first time ever. 60, 180, 360, or 720. This is where the pricing would normally be. This is the pricing today while supplies last, of course, throughout the day. We mentioned in the last hour, today you're able to get 720 for the same price as you get the 360. It's like a buy one, get one. So you're saving nearly as much as you're spending on that.
The normal price, 340 days of the year.
Right.
So it really is incredible savings. And when you're talking about a product like this, the quality of this product, it's less than 20 cents a capsule, a little bit more than a dime a capsule to get the quality of this product. It's the lowest price ever, but beyond that, we've constantly improved the product. We've increased the levels of diosmin from when I introduced this about 25 years ago. We added butcher's broom extract to this product about 12 years ago. We've now added horse chestnut extract. Diosmin with hesperidin, or butcher's broom extract, or horse chestnut extract, any one of those three ingredients would be suitable and would be sufficient to deliver incredible benefits to the circulation in your feet, ankles, calves, legs, to the enlarged veins, to the swelling that we normally experience, whether at the end of the day or as we get older. All three of them together is something we've never done before. We've always had our butcher's broom. We increased the levels of butcher's broom, and we actually doubled the normal level of butcher's broom, and we added the horse chestnut, and you get your diosmin. So you're getting all three of them. And so as great as this product has been, it's now better than it's ever been, and it isn't a penny more than it's ever been. In fact, today is its lowest price it's ever been. So it's a great opportunity to save, to experience the benefits of something that most of us think that as we get older, we just can't make a difference with these things, whether the veins are enlarged or at the end of the day, our ankles get swollen, our feet get uncomfortable, we have to raise our feet because they just get so swollen by the end of the day, or just it's something that we live with all the time. So many of these reviews talk about, an experience or a condition that's been going on for years or decades until they try the product. And again, it comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You take 2 capsules a day, that's all you need to take, and you get to see the remarkable benefits of this product.
And there's something I'd just like to point out in the graphics, because this is really compelling and important to me, because for a lot of us, we want that instant result. We want to be able to see quickly. We don't have to wait 4, 5, 6, 7 months until we start to notice a difference or feel a difference. It says, see a difference in less than 30 days. I mean, that's no time. This works, folks. I don't know how else to say it. I often joke with Andrew, my mom, when she comes to visit me, this is the one product that she takes home with her in her suitcase back to England. Part of that is the key ingredients that Andrew was mentioning. But to her, this is a life-saving product. She would never, ever be without it. But Andrew, it's that from the appearance of veins, for example, to the feeling that she gets, it's a win-win in every respect.
Right, and it's science that exists. So it's not that this is some sort of airy-fairy, fluffy little product that I'm promising you certain benefits, but we have no reason to believe it, and there's no real science behind it. In fact, all three looking independently, whether it's diosmin with hesperidin, or butcher's broom extract, or horse chestnut extract, all three of them have an abundance. Diosmin, I could cover this entire table with stacks of research on diosmin, and almost as much on butcher's broom extract, almost as much on horse chestnut extract. So all three of these ingredients have the benefit of just incredible reviews. So it's in terms of scientific reviews, clinical studies, double-blind clinical studies, so there's no bias. They're observing the benefit. They're observing changes in the size of blood vessels, changes in the diameter. I mean, there's quotes I'll read in a little while from the science that talk about specific changes in the diameter of your calf, of your ankle. So if this has been a gradual process, which for most of us it is, it's a gradual process that just happens as we get older. But this is an opportunity to sort of turn the clock back and to make a difference about something we don't think we can. A lot of us have jobs that challenge those blood vessels. A lot of us, whether we're standing too much or sitting too much, when we stand, and as I said here, I haven't taken this for 3 or 4 days because we ran out at home, and I figured I'd start taking it when we traveled, and we had to send some from the office to my house, and I feel it. I actually feel it in my feet and calves. But this is something that to experience it is to believe it. And again, go online, and you could simply go to the National Institute of Health and go to the PubMed and look at the research, look at the science, which I'll read some quotes from. But I just grabbed some reviews. And why don't I read some reviews initially, because the reviews are always
very compelling.
Incredibly compelling. Wow. What a wonderful product. I've suffered from swelling and discomfort in my legs and feet every day since and before I had my knees and hips replaced. This product really works for me. It has taken away that creepy feeling and leg jerking at night too. I ran out, waited for a couple of weeks to test it, and back came all my problems. So I ordered the big size. The first time I took it, I was working in the garden, came in and sat down, and it was about an hour later, I noticed my legs were not experiencing any discomfort. I will not be without it again. Cannot be without. Pure miracle, pure genius product. Andrew, I adore you for being such a brilliant man and taking care of us. My mom must have written this. No, my mom wouldn't have written that. And making us feel better just when we think there may be no hope. I get leg cramps, tightness, and discomfort, and this totally helps relieve all that. I'm just speechless and in complete awe of how this works. Thank you, from Lili in Hawaii. And these are all new reviews. Incredible. This product had to be reviewed. I really would not believe it if I didn't experience the incredible effect it had on my life. After many doctor visits and treatment for leg discomfort over a 9-month period with no relief or change of any type, I decided to just give this a try. Here is the important issue. Within 1 week, I had minimal discomfort, and within 3 weeks, no discomfort. Thanks, Andrew, so much. I have my life back. And we don't add the capital letters or the exclamation points.
It's as it's written.
Leg saver. I work in retail and stand on my feet all day. I recently ran out and took my time to reorder. Sounds like me. I don't work in retail, though. My legs were miserable for the whole week until I received them. The swelling in my ankles went away, a tingle sensation gone. I can work 8 hours, then come home, complete my workout, and then go walking for 45 minutes. I will never be without them ever again. From Nina in Texas. Vein support is the best. I've tried other supplements and they didn't work. And then I tried yours. That's because we're like 3-in-1. We're always 2-in-1. Now we're more than 3-in-1. Actually, if you consider the grapeseed and the pine bark, we're 5-in-1. My ankles were 3 times the size that they should be, and my legs were very, very heavy. After using your product for 3 weeks, it was gone. It was a miracle. I will keep using your product for as long as you make it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Andrew, you are a lifesaver. I've been living with this for so many years. It wasn't funny. Now I can walk normal.
Wow.
From Thomas and Only. That's 3 times someone said lifesaver. This product works. I've been using the circulation vein support since June, and let me tell you, it works. I had used many other products for leg cramping and restless legs at night, and nothing had worked until I tried this. I have also recommended it to my sister, and she loves it for restless legs. The best part is there are no side effects. I hope I'm never without this product. Thank you, Andrew. Keep up this wonderful work that you do. No one will be without this because I don't want to be without this, so I'll keep making it. Can't be without it. I was skeptical when I first ordered the circulation vein support supplement, but within a week, I saw the swelling on my ankles, which was always an embarrassment, almost disappear.
Wow.
I get goosebumps. I also don't seem to suffer from any leg cramps anymore. I'm on my second order and will not be without this ever, from Mickey in Delaware. I love this product. I can really feel the difference in my legs when I use this product every day. I'd run out of this once and I noticed a big difference in my legs and feet. So I always make sure to have this circulation vein support on hand. Just a couple more. OMG, oh my goodness, amazing results in no time. Andrew hit it out of the park again. I'll be taking these the rest of my life. Within a few days, I could feel an amazing difference in my legs and feet and no more swelling or cramps at all. I'm 72 years old, work from home, and sit in a computer chair 8 to 10 hours a day, which used to cause cramps and swelling in my feet and legs. Thanks to circulation vein support, all the symptoms I had are gone, and I'll be taking these for the rest of my life for sure. Thanks, Andrew and HSN, for a product that truly delivers, from Nikki in California. Last one. Amazing. Yes, it works. Like so many others, I'm a nurse, and I've worked in a hospital for 36 years. I always wear support stockings, but after 12-hour shifts that are especially busy, I can't sleep due to leg cramps at night. I had to get up and sit with ice packs. I couldn't imagine. The very day this arrived, I had a horrible day. I took this product, went to bed, and had not even one cramp. It worked that fast. I had ordered the 180 capsule supply. I went back and ordered another the next day. I will not be without these. Please try these. They are amazing. Wow.
There's no words. I mean, Andrew and I could we could truly just stand here and read these reviews all hour long. These are real reviews from real people, just like you and me.
And there are thousands of reviews like that. It's not as though I have to be selective. We could read a couple of thousand reviews that are exactly like that are just as compelling, just as emotional. In fact, those are reviews that were just recently received within the last few weeks. So if we go and find the best of the best, I mean, you'll end up with tears in your eyes when you read these reviews.
But just to put it into perspective, out of 3,070 reviews, 2,473, so nearly 2,500 of them are perfect 5-star, and then the other 250 are 4-star. It's a remarkably reviewed product. I want to take you through the pricing, because many of you might have noticed we're in excess of 13,000 sold at this point, which is remarkable. In total, with our today's specials, over 13,000. If you're wanting to order, this is where most people are shopping. Most people are going here for the same reason that wonderful reviewer mentioned, that she'd ordered the 180 and then she ran out, so she went back and ordered the larger size. You'll love these, you'll want these, you won't want to be without these. This is the only today's special scheduled in 2020. If you order the 720 caps, look what Andrew's done with HSN and the pricing. Normally the 360 would cost you $129.90. Today, 720 costs you $129.90. So it's like buy one, get one. It saves you the most amount of money. You've got a 30-day return policy, as many of the reviews said, seeing results in 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. You've got 30 days to start experiencing the benefits. All natural, all pure, no side effects, all made right here in the United States of America. Whether it's me vouching for my mum's love affair with this product, whether it's your reviews saying it, Andrew, it's as you mentioned before, it's one of your favorite.
And another example of we go wherever we need to go to get the best ingredient. The ingredient in this product comes from Spain. It's derived actually from the skin in oranges that are grown in Spain. And also, ours is a special granulation that enhances its bioactivity and bioavailability. So this product, whether you're talking about diosmin or the horse chestnut or the butcher's broom extract or the grapeseed extract or the pine bark extract or the hesperidin or the rutin, it really is, diosmin has a comprehensive mode of action, meaning that the way it works is comprehensive in your body. So does horse chestnut, and so does butcher's broom. So you really are taking all of Mother Nature's best tools, and just best, what everyone call best tools, best weapons. They're in your arsenal to make a difference in something that could really adversely affect the quality of our life.
Yeah.
And it's something that most of us, and I think that's why some of the reviews are so passionate, we just don't think that a simple, natural vitamin product can have this kind, it's not a drug or a medicine, that it can have this kind of a difference that, I mean, the reviews keep talking about and referring to a miracle, life-changing, never stop making this. That's not the kind of response you generally expect from a vitamin product. In fact, you know, I've been making this now for 25 years. As much as I read the clinical science, which was the basis for making this, even I was taken aback by the feedback. That's how passionate the feedback is on this product.
So for many of you tuning in, just to clarify, we're not spending the whole hour here. We only have, we're already nearly halfway through the presentation. We're going to do our Turmeric Today special, which of course you can pick up at the same time. And
we're basically, by the time we're done with this hour, we'll be about a third of the way through our quantity for the day.
Wow.
So normally, so this is going to be an abbreviated first airing.
Yes.
And then we'll do turmeric. So, and turmeric is just as interesting an ingredient as our circulation vein support, and turmeric is something that finally has gotten the coverage in terms of the science, and also not just the medical journals, but general literature is now covering it. The lay publications are now covering it. So we're finally getting the kinds of feedback and the kinds of support that turmeric deserves.
If you want to get turmeric while you're on the phone ordering, it'll maybe save you another call, or if you're ordering on at hsn.com, that's a great way to go. Turmeric is here in the form that maximizes the benefits. A lot of you have been asking, even me via my Facebook, when we were going to do a Turmeric Today special. Tonight is your night. But going back to circulation and vein support, it's quality of life. It's when your feet are swollen, and maybe you're a nurse on your feet all day long, you're a new mom looking after the baby, or maybe you've got old injuries. Maybe you want to be more active, but your legs tell you off for doing that. Maybe it's a case of, as we get older, things are just not working or feeling the way they used to. This is a product you have to try. It's lifestyle, Andrew, and when something impedes on our lifestyle, it has a negative effect on everything.
Not even lifestyle, just life.
There you go.
There were so many great reviews. I remember when we first introduced this that folks would talk about the fact that at the end of the day, you just barely had enough left to do your work, come home and get your legs up.
Right.
And the reason why we get our legs up again is because gravity, unfortunately, when we look at the anatomy of our body and the structure of our body, our heart is up here. Our musculature, the most dense musculature in our body is in our lower extremities. It's in our legs. So we have to get oxygen and nutrients down there. We have to carry waste products away. If we're suffering from overweight or obesity, it just exacerbates our issues. But even if we're at our perfect weight and everything is fine, our circulation as we get older in our legs is going to get challenged because we're pumping oxygen and nutrients and blood down to our feet and down to our legs. And are there any pumps there? No, not really. Certainly our musculature could sort of serve a quasi role as a pump, but basically, how do we get all of that back up to the heart and lungs to be reoxygenated, to have the CO2 removed, to have the waste products processed and removed, and then to start that cycle again? How do we do that? By pumping even more behind it. So that's why over the course of our lifetime or the course of our day, think of it as like a bicycle pump. That heart is a pump. It's inflating those blood vessels, and to the extent those blood vessels don't have the kind of tone that they used to have, they get enlarged. To the extent they're not as efficient, the lining isn't as efficient, they allow for seepage, and again, that tone isn't what it should be, then fluid seeps out. So the blood vessels enlarge and fluid seeps out, and what is that? Enlarged blood vessels and enlarged swollen tissues. It's a gradual process. It's kind of a pernicious process that just continues over the course of our lives. And again, unless we do something to stop this process, it's only going to continue to worsen as life continues. So it's one of those things that, again, most of us think we can't make a difference about. But when you try this product, it's again, one of those things you don't know until you try it. And again, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And the last thing I'd want anyone to do is keep this if it didn't work. But this is not me saying it's going to work. Certainly, I'm up here saying that. But what I'm also saying is look at the science. The science on diosmin in Europe Diosmin is regulated differently. Diosmin in Europe is regulated, and doctors prescribe it to their patients for their healthy circulation. So in Europe, it's an entirely different thing. Here, it's a national product. We're not offering it as a drug or a medicine at all. It's just naturally derived from oranges. Horse chestnut and butcher's broom extract, all three of them have abundant science. So again, it's one of those things that the basis for this formula isn't out of my head. The basis for this formula is out of the science. It certainly, I think, is a very good idea to combine all of these ingredients that have similar modes of action, but each one works a little differently, but they all focus on the same tissues and the same result. So you get the collective comprehensive action of all of them.
So much to pick up on, and what Andrew just said about Diosmin, that's why my mom, when she comes over, she always picks it up and makes sure she goes home with a plentiful supply of circulation and vein support. I want you to be excited, not just because I'm telling you about my mom's story and how she's loved this for years, but because 30 days, feel a difference in less than 30 days. You will feel a difference in less than 30 days. We could go over it all night long. Swollen feet, tired feet, swollen calves, enlarged veins, heavy legs. Guys, this is, I don't know the right word to use. It's remarkable. It's amazing. It's wondrous. Today is the best day of 2020 to order it. So I want you to feel truly excited to get it home. Now, we're wildly busy. Many people reordering because they're running out. Many people ordering it for the first time. But at this rate, we're already over a third or so of the way through the quantity for the day. So if you'd like to place your order, there's a 60, 180. 360 or 720 caps. This is where the pricing will be when our day is done. And this pricing is fantastic. For the quality, the integrity, the credibility of the ingredients included, that pricing is amazing. This is something special, though.
No, that per capsule, it's not even 20 cents a capsule, so it's a little bit more than a dime a capsule. And you don't ever have to take more than 2 capsules a day.
Right.
A lot of folks take 2 capsules a day for the first 30 days, then they do 1 capsule thereafter. I think it's best at 2 capsules, but if 1 capsule works for you, and a lot of people say it does, then that's fine as well. But even at 2 capsules a day, it's ridiculously affordable for this kind of product, as comprehensive as it is, with all the benefits it provides.
So with only about 10 minutes left before we move on to our Turmeric Today special, if you do take 2 a day, obviously the 720 caps is going to be by far the best value. It's like a buy one, get one, Andrew. You can't beat that.
Yeah, it's a little more than a dime a capsule. Even in it's about 20 cents a capsule in the 360.
Sure.
So they're all incredibly affordable. What I was going to do, I read a bunch of reviews. I was going to read some of the science on Diosmin. Then I had a couple of charts that I also took, some of the science on butcher's broom extract, and then some of the science on the horse chestnut as well. But this is from International Angiology, a respected medical journal. Numerous pharmacological and clinical studies have shown the effect of this agent, Diosmin with hesperidin, on venous tone and the microcirculation. So on the tone of our blood vessels, which their resistance to, say, enlarging. From Angiology, another respected journal, Diosmin with hesperidin produced a significant decrease in venous capacitance, in venous distensibility. These are the things that would lead to enlargement. Or would resist enlargement in our case, and venous emptying time. In addition, these changes were accompanied by a decrease in the ankle and calf circumference, meaning that the ankle and calf were measurably smaller, and not a little bit, but significantly. From International Angiology, the efficacy was clearly demonstrated with a rapid, as the reviews say, with a rapid improvement of functional signs in the first months, being maintained till the end of the study. The reduction of ankle and calf circumferences is probably linked to a decrease in plasma filtration, really leakage of plasma through capillary walls. This fact confirms the positive role of Diosmin with hesperidin on tissue microcirculation. From International Journal of Microcirculation, the use of Diosmin with hesperidin has been shown to improve venous tone, microvascular permeability, lymphatic activity. A lot of us want products that support lymphatic drainage. That's what this product is all about. And microcirculatory nutritive flow. From Angiology, pharmacological and clinical studies demonstrated the comprehensive mode of action of Diosmin with hesperidin. It increases venous tone, it improves lymph drainage, and it protects the microcirculation. I can go on and on. There are countless studies. Diazepam with hesperidin, as a result of its comprehensive mode of action, addresses both the macrocirculation and the microcirculation at the same time. Now I'll put these, I just grabbed a couple of them. There are also about a dozen charts on the butcher's broom and about a dozen charts as well on horse chestnut that are quotes from, this is from a German medical journal. It translated its drug discovery. And what is it? Arzneimittelforschung.
Oh, very good.
I don't
Better than I could do.
But, and they say in German, but it's translated here, the beneficial effect of butcher's broom, which has been well established for centuries in the pharmacopoeia of the Mediterranean countries, it's been traditionally used for centuries, is now clinically established by its scientifically proven pharmacodynamic properties and clinical actions. Those are the kinds of things that you don't often get written about dietary supplements or nutritional supplements. From phlebology. Phlebology is study of blood.
I was going to ask. Thank you.
Phlebology. It's a good word, phlebology.
It's
a good Scrabble word. It's like next time on your phone, you could say, it's like if you're spelling Frank, it's F as in phlebology.
There you go.
No, just kidding. Or you can go P as in phlebology. No, P is in phlebology.
You're full of good ones tonight.
Yes, sorry. Butcher's broom enhances venous tone by promoting vasoconstriction through a direct effect and by increasing blood flow. So remember, this is now benefits that are added on top of diosmin. And they're similar benefits or even identical benefits, but a different mode of action. So 1 + 1 + 1 is not just 3, it might be 5 or 10.
Right.
Butcher's broom enhances venous tone by promoting smooth muscle contraction in veins through a direct alpha adrenergic effect, a mechanism of action that differs from other options. That's why when we added butcher's broom, it made the formula as great as it was, it made it even better. And now by adding horse chestnut, this is from Alternative Medicine Review. The primary active constituent found in horse chestnut extract is aesin, A-E-S-C-I-N. Okay. Aesin from HCSE horse chestnut seed extract has been shown to have anti-edematous, what is that? Edematous? It's swelling. So anti-swelling effects. I've never even used that word.
Thank goodness you're reading this.
I guess it's edematous, but it's
right.
It's swelling, anti-inflammatory and venotonic properties that may be attributable to decreased vascular permeability. Horse chestnut seed extract administration increases sensitization to calcium ions, decreases permeability of small vessels, and enhances venous contractile activity, thereby improving venous tone and having a sealing effect at the site of injury. So again, reduces the leakage of fluid out of our blood vessels. Aesin from horse chestnut seed extract also reduces the adherence and activation of white blood cells, thereby inhibiting edema swelling. That's what we were talking about before, the edematous.
Yeah.
I guess it's edematous, I don't know. And protecting the vessels. Doesn't sound good. In Europe, where it has been studied extensively, horse chestnut seed extract is a more popular choice and has been shown in numerous clinical trials to be a highly effective therapy equal to that of compression stockings.
Wow.
And now we're just talking about horse chestnut.
Right.
Overall, horse chestnut seed extract treatment was associated with a statistically significant improvement in ongoing leg, vein, and circulatory issues, which, by the way, you coming from the UK,
yes.
I was just in London last month. You walk through like Hyde Park. One of the most common trees you see everywhere there, horse chestnut.
Yes, you do.
In fact, I think it was during World War II or something. They were using the horse chestnut to extract, I guess, oils or things that they needed.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
But and children used to play a game with the big seeds from the horse chestnut.
Yeah.
So, but it's in fact, they're originally I think their origins are in southeastern Europe. But now horse chestnut trees are found. They're not really a true chestnut tree, but they're now found throughout the world, throughout Europe, throughout North America, Canada. They're in the parks all over. They're beautiful trees.
Isn't it conkers?
And
is it that the game?
Conkers, exactly.
Yeah, it's conkers, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, in school playground, I remember, I remember. Oh, the memories are coming back. Okay, we're excited that you're loving this. We are 5 minutes away before we have to bring this to a close for tonight. We're about to go to Turmeric, our other today's special, but we are extremely busy. I think in excess of 15,000 now sold or so? I know it's many, many thousands. I don't want you to miss out. Oh my, it's nearly 16,000. We only just launched this 25 minutes ago. If you're heading to bed shortly, order yours before you go to sleep. That way, you know you've got it for the rest of the day. You can tune into Andrew while he's here. He only has 2 other main shows throughout the day, but of course you'll be safe in the knowledge that you got yours, the best value of the year. And Andrew talking about the horse chestnut, Andrew talking about all these wonderful key ingredients like the diosmin. This price is the same as it was last year, even though it's more powerful, more effective than it's ever been before.
And
that's important.
And that was the best price ever. So we have dramatically improved the formula. We've doubled the butcher's broom from the normal formula. We've added the horse chestnut extract. We of course still have our pine bark extract and grapeseed extract. So it's a great opportunity at 2 capsules, and that's what I always say, 2 capsules a day is really what's intended. But as many people use this as a 1 capsule product because it fits into their budget and swear it works phenomenally. At 1 capsule, it'll work even more phenomenally than it did before. But again, I really recommend the 2 capsules a day. That's when it really does its very best. And it's one of those things, a lot of us, it's just kind of crept up slowly over the years, whatever differences we've noticed, say, in our feet or ankles and calves, the blood vessels, the swelling, the sensations we feel, whether it might be pins and needles or tingling or cramps or a restless feeling, whatever it might be. And we think because it's just sort of crept up gradually, we think, it's just, it's just the aging process. Yeah. There's not really anything we could do about it. And if that's one of the most common things I've heard when this product has been discussed with me, is that most people were, not that they were skeptical of me, but just sort of skeptical that a natural product can have this. But again, just because something is a natural ingredient, in fact, this isn't a drug or medicine, but most drugs or medicines have their roots and origins by looking at nature. So nature is incredibly powerful if we give nature a chance. And what I always say, I kind of have each of my feet in 2 different camps. One is Mother Nature's and one is science. Yeah. And with a product like this, following the science is just following nature. Diosmin is an extract from the rind of oranges. Butcher's broom extract, it's an extract from the butcher's broom plant. It's a concentrated, and horse chestnut, it's the seed of the horse chestnut tree. So these are 3 natural ingredients, all of which have an abundance, an incredible abundance of clinical studies. And it's not as though there's clinical studies that some say it sort of works, some say it doesn't work. That you look at all of the clinical studies on these ingredients, the clinical studies reveal a benefit to the circulation. So these are ingredients that are exceptionally well established. So if you've reached a point where you'd like to see if you could turn back the clock, if you could make a difference, because sometimes we think, gosh, I don't exercise enough or I'm overweight, this is what I deserve, this is what I'm stuck with. No one should look at it that way. We might find ourselves in a certain way because life is challenging. We can't just take on the world all the time and be at our proper weight and be exercising all the time. We're not all perfect. We all struggle with whatever challenges we have. But the fallout from those challenges doesn't mean that we're necessarily stuck with them. And this is a product that can make a difference in an area that all too often I was told that I just didn't think it could make a difference for me. I didn't think that this could actually make a difference in something that was so firmly entrenched in my life for so many decades. And I read a number of reviews that said that this is something that had been experienced their entire life. So it's an opportunity, and hopefully you give it a chance. If it doesn't work, a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You're in such good company with 2,400 5-star reviews. We read reviews that talked about the feelings. We read reviews that talked about the look and the appearance of veins. We talked about a lot of different subjects tonight. Tonight is your opportunity to discover one of Andrew's. You know, people describe it as a desert island product. It would be on the Mount Rushmore of Andrew Lessman vitamins and supplements, because it would. Most people are ordering the larger size because after today, there will not be another chance to see that type of saving. And it's a big saving. Huge. I mean, you're saving $120 versus the regular price of $250. So it's a great opportunity. And roughly over 90% of the reviews are 4 and 5 star. Yes. Almost 95% are 3, 4, and 5 stars. So good, very good, and excellent or perfect. Then even what's funny when we look at the reviews, Of the 3,000 reviews, the word love the product was repeated over 600 times. Great, over 900 times. Thank you, thanking us for the product over 1,000 times. Talking about relief of discomfort 1,100 times. Wow. Leg cramps 246 times. So, I mean, when you just look at the way the reviews are, and there was one thing that we didn't specifically look for, but things like life-changing, yeah. There were a couple of different words that were used there. So I think that the frequency of those kinds of words, to think that a third of the reviews use the word love, that first of all, you don't expect to see that with any nutritional supplement. Second of all, for a nutritional supplement that's supposed to make a difference in the way our blood vessels appear, the way our legs appear, the way they feel, and those are all up for grabs with a product like this.
Thank you for your calls and your orders. Stay right there in the ordering process. We see you. I promise we will get to you. We're going to head over to the other side of our set for our second today's special.
And by the way, just on the circulation and vein support alone, we are right now, we're good until probably tomorrow afternoon, okay. I would say. But right now, we're through about 1/3 of the quantity we brought. Normally, at a half hour into midnight, we'd be through maybe about 15 or 20%.
Right.
So we're way ahead of ourselves at 1/3.
So please bear that in mind. It's good information to know, because a lot of people are reacting the same way as you and me and Andrew are thinking about it. It's such an amazing value. But it isn't the only story of tonight. I've waited a long time to see the turmeric back. It's been a while. It is here as our today's special. Rarely do you find an ingredient with the buzz, the attention, and the results like turmeric. If you just Google benefits of turmeric, the benefits seem to be far and wide. Andrew's going to talk to you about the way his turmeric is delivered, the way it maximizes the benefits. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, the potential benefits that you get with turmeric are through the roof. Many of you already know it, and that's why thousands have already been sold. We've not even presented it yet properly. I'll take you through the pricing. Again, second today's special, phenomenal. We have a 30, 60, 120, 240, or 360. The finest turmeric in the world, by far. That's what it would normally cost. If you order it today, $17.90 through to $99.90. That's on 4 flex and free shipping. You're saving as much as you're spending. I mean, truly, it's a phenomenal deal. Andrew, I always get extremely excited when we talk about turmeric, soothing joints, detoxifying liver, helping with brain health. There's a long, long list. Many things we don't talk about because we want to be careful what we say, but I encourage you throughout this presentation, please seek out what turmeric can do potentially for you, because this is an ingredient, Andrew, that for many, many years has been so well regarded.
Well, it's been well regarded, but a well-kept secret.
Indeed.
As I was saying earlier, when I first introduced turmeric in one of my formulas, which was probably almost 30 years ago, all it was a difficult word to pronounce. And then when I added curcuminoids, because the curcuminoids are the components in turmeric that are the beneficial compounds, it only made matters worse. But it's sort of funny how when the world changes, it's almost like we look at it like it's always been that way. Yeah. But probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, no one was really talking about turmeric, and no one was really talking about curcuminoids. I have been for a few decades, and as I said before, I'm thrilled that the world has caught up. And again, the way we make our turmeric product is dramatically different than everyone else's turmeric product. There are a few others that are now applying the same technology that we're applying. There's another way. If you're just getting a standardized turmeric extract, unfortunately, that's not going to deliver the benefits you seek, because turmeric is inherently poorly absorbed. So even if it was a 95% extract, which is a high concentration of curcuminoids, it's not going to be well absorbed, and it's going to be processed quickly by your body. You're not going to get the benefits. There's 2 ways that have been established to enhance the benefits of turmeric, so you can be sure to get the benefits. One is by adding black pepper spice. Black pepper spice, unfortunately, can be irritating. Black pepper spice also can be sensitizing, also can affect the absorption of drugs and medicines. That's not an option that we would consider for those reasons. So what we did is the natural way. We basically took a page out of, as I always say, the Asian cookbook. We complexed our turmeric with a fat, but not any fat. we complexed it with phosphatidylcholine, because phosphatidylcholine is what your brain and what your liver are made of. We actually have a separate product called phosphatidylcholine. Yep. So we complexed our turmeric with phosphatidylcholine, and in so doing, increased its absorption, its retention, and its benefits by almost 30-fold, almost 3,000%. And the only way you can be assured that you're going to be getting the benefits of turmeric is if there is some strategy in place to enhance its absorption, because otherwise turmeric is not going to be delivered to you in a fashion that you're going to benefit from. So you'll be swallowing something with turmeric in the pill, the tablet, or the capsule, but it's not going to be absorbed and it's not going to be beneficial.
Well, we are already off to the races, folks. They just let me know. Just on that, turmeric alone, nearly 7,000 have just been ordered. So you're not alone in ordering. There's a lot of people wanting to get this. The 360 caps is the most popular choice tonight. If that's the way you'd like to go, ask about the flex pay. It makes it so super affordable to get it home. Andrew, you just said something that I didn't know, because I, through HSN, learned of turmeric a little while ago. But what I didn't realize was that the turmeric that I was taking, as it were, was not delivering the maximum benefits. And I think most folks don't realize that.
Well, and also most folks cook with turmeric, and turmeric is yummy to cook with. Muriel uses it all the time. But if you're thinking when you're cooking with turmeric, unless you start using it as they do in India, where they use it in abundance, the level of curcuminoids in typical curcumin spice is 1 or 2%, which, by the way, we are currently working on a curcumin spice that will have all the properties of curcumin spice. So it'll taste good, it'll work well, but we're hoping we could increase the levels of curcuminoids in curcumin spice to 20 or 30%.
Wow.
So,
wow.
And because when you cook with it, typically anything we cook with it has fat, so you naturally get to complex it with fat. But unfortunately, turmeric spice, again, 1 to 2% curcuminoids. Our turmeric, 95% curcuminoids, but that's not enough. That 95% curcuminoids, if you don't enhance their absorption, then they're just going to be a high level of curcuminoids that won't be absorbed. So and I'll show you when I open the capsule, you'll get a sense, because normally curcumin alone would be just a fine powder. But you'll see here, especially when I rub it in here, it kind of has a waxy, gritty texture as I'm staining my fingers with it. But that waxy, gritty texture is because integrated into that turmeric is the phosphatidylcholine. So integrated into the turmeric is the ingredient that makes it bioavailable, that makes it more active in your body, makes it more beneficial to you.
So that's, I mean, I love that Andrew is able to explain this to us. And so you can see what it looks like. Again, all natural, all real, gentle on the stomach, easy to take. I said far wide-ranging benefits. Joints, soothing the joints, detoxifying the liver, brain health benefits. You know, HSN is very particular about what we can and can't say. And that's important, that's good. It protects you, the consumer at home. What's fascinating to me is that over the past 3 or 4 years, it's exploded onto the scene, and more of us realize that turmeric is a wondrous ingredient that, taken regularly, can have far-reaching benefits, and that's why I would encourage you to try it. I take this daily.
Well, I think the #1 reason most people reach for turmeric is because of its soothing role in the body. And what's interesting, as a natural ingredient, a natural, obviously plant-based ingredient, it sort of emulates mechanisms that we might see in other products that play a soothing role in our body. So it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, but it plays a role, a soothing role that for many of us is exactly what we want to be taking if, say, the issues aren't such that we want to be taking a drug or a medicine for the pain or whatever it might be, but we want something that's just going to play a natural soothing role to help us with our active lifestyle or whatever challenges we might have because of the natural aging process. But I just was going to read some reviews here, and there's some great reviews on turmeric. Amazing. I cannot say enough about Turmeric 400 and many of Andrew's supplements. I'm 60 years of age, and from the time I was a teenager, my ankles would make a snapping or cracking sound. I just accepted it. About 6 years ago, I started having discomfort in my one knee. The turmeric not only stopped the snapping in my ankles, but gave my knee major relief. When marine collagen peptides, by the way, that little yellow spot is because of that's the turmeric that was on my hand.
So we're highlighting bits now.
No, that was actually that would be a nice little artistic thing for us to do. When marine collagen peptides came out, I tried it and both issues are completely resolved. All of my joints remain discomfort-free and flexible due to both of these amazing supplements. I take 2 turmeric capsules and 2 scoops of marine collagen peptides daily. Everyone I have recommended them to has seen great results.
There we go.
Turmeric, it really works. I'm a 71-year-old man and stay pretty active. I go to the gym at least 5 days a week. I started to notice some discomfort in my shoulders, so I adjusted my workouts, but the discomfort persisted. I remembered what Andrew said about using turmeric, and so I did. In 7 days after using Turmeric 400, my shoulders had no discomfort and I was back to my normal workouts. I take 12 of Andrew's products and all are magnificent. Thank you for all you do. Wow.
Very nice.
Oh my, great product. Turmeric 400 really helps with joint discomfort. A lot of folks also take it for liver detoxification, for its soothing protective role for the digestive system. Unlike most spices, it's not irritating. It's soothing for the digestive system, also for the brain as well. We'll talk about that in a moment. I started out with a bottle of 30 capsules. It really helped with my leg discomfort. I'm now on my second bottle of 240 capsules. It helps when HSN has them on sale. Sometimes they have a coupon for 20% off. Thanks, HSN. Today's special price is the best pricing ever, and the 360 capsule supply is not a normal size.
Oh, good. So it's a specialty size for today.
So that's only once a year that we do the it might be the first time we've done it, but we'll only do it for the Today Special.
Okay, so that's the 360 size. That's your biggest value of the day at $99.90. So that's going to keep you going for a fair long while. And again, the reviews keep on coming. We only have 10 minutes left before Andrew and I are signing off for tonight.
And thank you, Andrew Lessman. I love this product. I've been experiencing discomfort in my wrist. I take 4 capsules in the AM and PM, wow, and can function without discomfort all day.
Can you take too many of these?
It's technically, I would almost say no. Okay. I mean, but there's no reason to take a handful of these, none at all. It's just natural turmeric spice, and so I would say that at a couple of capsules a day. If you wanted to take 2 twice a day, that's not a problem. And maybe that's what he was referring to. He's taking 4 capsules, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Okay. But I would see no need to be taking 8 capsules. Okay. I mean, it's a natural product. It's not a drug. It's not a medicine. And unlike most spices, if you did that with a garlic product or other botanical spices, it would be irritating, not turmeric. Driving, carrying groceries, playing cards, and doing things on the computer, which were impossible before, are now doable thanks to Andrew Lessman. Thank you from Barbie in Michigan. Forgotten treasure. I had added the Turmeric 400 to my regimen and was happy with it. However, when I ran out, I just forgot to reorder. I saw it during one of Andrew's presentations the last time he was on and thought to order it. I started taking it on Wednesday, expecting to notice something within a month or so. To my great pleasure, by just Friday, 3 days, I suddenly started feeling better with less discomfort. And these wonderful benefits have continued. Thank you, Andrew. And again, a lot of folks, when it comes to turmeric, we think that if we're taking turmeric and we've been disappointed, it's just turmeric that didn't work. What didn't work was the turmeric as it was delivered to you. Turmeric does work. Turmeric delivers its benefits. Again, it's not a drug or a medicine, but turmeric is something that's very difficult to get into your body, very easy to get into your digestive system. Better said, it's very difficult to get out of your digestive system into your body, into the tissues where you will experience a benefit. And that's the hard part with turmeric. And when we first introduced turmeric, that was the thing that we had to overcome. And for me, that was the most frustrating thing, because when we first saw turmeric, I wanted to introduce it, but I knew that it wouldn't be efficiently absorbed. And it took another 3 years before we figured out how to deliver turmeric in a way that respected its benefits and respected you. A lot of other companies already had introduced turmeric because they just wanted to get turmeric in a product, and they really didn't focus on the absorption. For me, I'm all about the benefit. If I can't ensure the benefit, why bother making the product? And when it comes to turmeric, unless you enhance and overcome its absorptive problems, why bother making the product?
I'm just excited for you to discover it. You can tell, I mean, I'm passionate about this. It's brilliant. And I've learned so much from Andrew about turmeric. For those of us that are taking turmeric in other forms or methods, please understand it perhaps isn't being absorbed as well as it should be. This maximizes, the way it's formulated, it maximizes the absorption. What does that mean? It means you get more benefits from it. It's brilliant. The wording that really got me way back when was soothing and digestive system. That's why I started doing it. That was my reason. But I cannot tell you how, in terms of a natural product that is easy to take, simple to take, once a day, it has made a big impact on me. This is a today's special pricing, so I'm stocking up tonight because it's the best price of the entire year. I know we are running out of time. I just want to show you one last time. If you want to order different sizes, 30, 60, 120, 240, or the 360, you know, you could start with a 30 by all means, sure. But this pricing is magnificent savings. Again, Andrew, there are many turmeric products out there. This is different.
At first, there were very few.
Right.
Now turmeric is extremely common. But I'd say the most common version of turmeric, the most common version has no absorption technology at all, which is not even worth investing in. But the most common technology to enhance absorption, unfortunately, is using black pepper spice. And again, using black pepper spice, it can be irritating, which is kind of contradictory. One of the best attributes of turmeric is its soothing benefits to the digestive tract. It's not only something that when it's absorbed, it delivers benefits to you, but as it moves through the digestive system, it delivers benefits to the digestive system as well. But why would you want to add an irritating ingredient to a natural botanical spice that's soothing? So that's sort of contradictory. But unfortunately, that's the most common delivery technology because that's the cheapest delivery technology. The way we do it is more complicated, where you actually isn't just a matter of adding some black pepper spice. We actually have to complex ours with the phosphatidylcholine. So we take that phosphatidylcholine, which is a wonderful ingredient on its own, and we complex the turmeric with it. We basically solubilize them. We marry them to one another. We do it at low temperatures because we don't want to expose the turmeric to heat. And that's the best way to enhance the absorption. It still makes for an extremely affordable product, especially one day a year when we do our Today Special, it becomes super affordable.
I just can't think of any other ingredient that we talk about that has such a wide-ranging series of benefits to it. And is there one?
And especially, I mean, even online, I think if you just went online and did a Google search and you typed in turmeric and looked at the autofill, you'll just be amazed. If you go to the PubMed database, pubmed.gov, if you go to the PubMed database where there's all the millions of research articles and you did a search there and you typed in turmeric and, again, you will be fascinated with, you'll be looking at articles or research studies or clinical studies that cover virtually every system in our body, every organ in our body, from its protective benefits to our skin, to our brain, to our liver, to our digestive system, to our joints, its soothing role for the joints. In fact, I was just scanning through the research through the reviews we have here, and I would say that 80 to 90% of the reviews talk about the joints.
Right.
And although there are an abundance of reviews that talk about other issues, and this is another product that, again, it's, I think, what is it, 4.5 or 4.6 stars? So 4.5 stars. So again, it's another product that over 90% of the reviews are positive reviews, and it's a product that, with so many turmeric products on the market that deliver no benefit at all and just, frankly, people feel as though they've wasted their money. They're disappointed because turmeric is inherently poorly absorbed. This is a breath of fresh air. But
you wouldn't necessarily know that. And that's why I'm grateful that Andrew's able to kind of give us this information, which is why we've been tuning in to Andrew's on HSN and QVC for over 4 years?
No, HSN and QVC, it's almost 30 years.
30 years now.
Not this January of next year is 30 years. Amazing. I will have been, I was on QVC for 5.5 years, and I will have been on HSN for 24.5 years, so 30 years. So I've been aging before your eyes.
We've grown up with Mr. Andrew Lessman.
Well, hopefully I never grow up. That's the plan.
And boy, oh boy, we're going to make sure that Andrew is always here with us to offer this fabulous information. And Andrew, that's always what you've said.
I couldn't imagine doing anything else because even for me, I talked about turmeric before we had a turmeric product.
Sure.
And I talked about the fact that I wish I had a turmeric product. And when we figure out how to have a turmeric product, I will. But because I always look at my role as information, education, and we have some really exciting products in the works coming out soon. So stuff that just, all it does is, nature is amazing. If we simply pay attention, and more of science is paying attention to nature, because for me in making a product, nature is where we start. But science gives us the validation to know how to deliver it to you in a fashion that's going to be beneficial and absolutely, completely safe, because we start with that first rule: first, do no harm. So all we're about is delivering the benefits and absolutely doing no harm at all. And turmeric is one of those natural ingredients that the more you read about it, the more you learn about it, the more research you do, the more you'll want to have it as part of your diet. We've really replaced paprika with turmeric at our house.
Okay.
Because it gives a wonderful color. Even Muriel makes egg white frittatas.
Right.
And she sautés up vegetables and then mixes them with egg whites, and it's like a big egg white kind of omelet.
Fabulous.
But I like the yellow color of egg yolks. So even if we're not having egg yolks, so all she does is take a capsule of the turmeric, empty it into the egg whites, the liquid egg whites, and it turns it yellow. So it's amazing. So turmeric is one of those brilliant things to add and make part of your diet. It is an incredible supplement. I encourage you to read the reviews, and I encourage you to read the science. And once you read the science, it's simply a question of the best way to deliver it, and that's what we do.
We're excited for you to discover it. This is our second of two today's specials. Last look at the pricing before we remind you of our circulation and vein support. Order yours tonight. Thousands have been reserved.
Best pricing of the year, and also only one time a year we'll have a 360 capsule supply. So that's we won't do that again until sometime in 2021.
It's a special.
If we do.
Right, it's a special size, it's special savings.
Right.
We started the hour, of course, with our circulation and vein support. What a response to this.
And just I wanted to let everyone know, we are still good. I think we're going to rebroadcast this show this evening, and so we are all good. In fact, we'll be all good through the noon show, so not to worry. You'll be able to order at your leisure, but later in the day there's a possibility we might run out. But again, it's a brand new formula. That's why I think it's going faster than usual. It's got the diosmin, but we've improved the diosmin because we've improved its granulation. It's more even finer microgranulation, which improves its bioavailability dramatically. We doubled the butcher's broom extract. We added horse chestnut extract, and horse chestnut extract, butcher's broom extract, diosmin. I could do a circulation product on either one of those three on their own. And this product is unique, delivering all three in their best form, in their best balance. So the benefits of this product have always been remarkable, now even better than ever.
It's see the difference, it's feel the difference in 30 days. And of all the reviews that we read, that was one of the most common themes. Andrew, days. It didn't take months to see or feel a difference, it was days.
No, it works quickly. You have a full 30-day money-back guarantee. You won't need it. It's a product that truly does perform. And you don't have to take my word for it again, because beyond the money-back guarantee, there is abundant clinical science on all the ingredients in the product, especially the diosmin, the butcher's broom extract, the horse chestnut extract. They've both been traditionally used, and they now have abundant volumes of clinical science supporting them.
The most powerful, the most advanced, at the same pricing. Bear that in mind. You'll notice the value.
Best price ever. We improved the formula. So the best price ever that we had a year ago, we've matched the best price ever, but we dramatically improved the formula, and so it's a better value than ever.
Andrew, you could call that an explosive night tonight.
No, but that was it's always the fastest 2 hours of my life. I just remember 2 hours in school taking a lifetime.
Yes!
2 hours here, hopefully it does for you at home as well. 2 hours here seems to take 2 minutes for me. So
well, we always enjoy Andrew being here. We thank you so much for being here. Andrew, we'll see you live at noon?
Noon tomorrow, exactly.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Adam.
Always good to see you. Stay in the audio process. We're going to continue with an encore. If you can't get enough of us, here we are again with our Best Buy of the Day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Good night.
Get the best deals on the things you love with the HSN card. As an HSN card VIP, you'll get all kinds of perks, like 12-month VIP financing on select items, plus extra flex on beauty, jewelry, shoe, and fashion purchases all day, every day. And at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Includes fraud protection, and there's no annual fee. Apply now and instantly get $10 off when you're approved. Call 1-800-695-1418 or visit hsn.com/HSN card. Timeless style, remarkable quality, and effortless functionality. Versatile everyday bags crafted by hand, using trusted old world techniques and luxe materials. Fashion accessories designed to last a lifetime. Dooney & Burke on HSN.